Hey y'all! Alright, so it's been a minute since I've done a health coach PSA, so I decided to share this story with y'all. If you don't know, I work at a gym in a hospital that has a heated pool in there, which is sometimes used for physical therapy. And so there's a lot of old ladies that go in to use the pool. And there's also some people that come in like their lunch breaks to just swim laps for good exercise. Now, there was I have been told as a staff member to always have the doors open so there's a draft, especially when the windows are foggy. So there was one lady, the windows were extra foggy up because there's two levels to the gym. So there's an upstairs and a downstairs, and the windows upstairs are foggy and the ones downstairs are foggy. And if anything happens to anybody in the pool and we can't see what happens, that will be on us. So I proceeded to open the doors, and there was only one lady in the pool, and the little ladies just started yelling, "Hey, hey!" And it was trying to get me to close the doors because it's cold. And so I was like, you know what? Before I respond to this lady, let me just go upstairs and ask my boss real quick. And so I went upstairs and I just confirmed. He was like, yeah, no, the doors have to stay open. So I went downstairs and I told her, I was like, hey, we have to keep these doors open because I just told her the reason why. And so she was like, well, I've been here for 20 some odd years and that is never. And I was like, well, ma'am, I personally went upstairs to ask the director if I should keep these doors open, and he said yes. So the doors will be open. And so then she was like, well, I'm just gonna have a come to Jesus moment with him. And so then I was like, well, ma'am, it is what it is. And I said, well, thank you. And I walked out. I went back upstairs, I told my boss, and he was like, but did you tell her about the science about it? And I was like, yeah. And she said, well, it gets cold. And I was like, well, the reason why it gets cold is because the heat is compressed in there, which is why the windows are so foggy, which is why I have to open the windows. And I was just trying to make some excuse as to why to close the windows. But the whole reason why I said this story is because when there are, sorry, my dog's over here, but when there are younger people or people who actually swim. So this lady, when she goes in the pool, she just shuffles along and she rarely moves because she says it's cold. But when the swimmers come and do laps from one end to the other side of the pool, they open the windows. Not the windows, but they open the doors to the pool because they like the draft, because they are putting forth so much effort that they need to cool down. And so I said this whole story just to say that sometimes the things we are complaining about is simply because we are not putting forth enough effort to make that change. But if we were putting as much effort as we should in whatever effort that we're trying to make a change in our life, and I'm saying this because 2026 is around the corner. I know we always I want to make some changes. So we have to make sure, hey, before I start complaining, am I putting enough effort in this? Am I doing my part in this? And hopefully that'll help you change your perspective and shift your reality. Sorry. Thing I do want to add about this story with the old lady. If you did not know, having a low tolerance for cold can be indicative of a nervous system imbalance. And so being constantly cranky, always wanting things to be hot, can tell when things drop a degree. That can be indicative of a nervous system imbalance. And so this lady is probably walking around with a nervous system imbalance. She has chronic pain, inflammation. She probably doesn't eat right, which is why she's coming into the gym to do water aerobics. And so if she just moved more, she could feel a lot better. Granted, she would have to eat more too, but that's just all to say, like, it's funny how her fighting to stay comfortable was keeping the windows cloudy. And it's funny how the issue was cloudy windows, how keeping the doors closed made the windows cloudy, because when we close ourselves off to new possibilities, making changes, thinking outside the box, then we cloud our judgment, so to speak. And so it's important to move, not only because we store emotions in our body, but because it will help change our perspective. Like, sometimes our bodies need to physically move in order for us to mentally have something click. Like, you ever just be searching for an answer at work, and you're just sitting down there just thinking, and then out of nowhere you just like, all right, F it, whatever, you just give up, and then you just walk away, and you interact, maybe a day or so goes by, and then the answer just suddenly arises, or it's like an epiphany. That's your reticular activating system, that little piece of the brain that is always working to bring your desires to you, and it's always keeping an eye out. And so you may have little nudges like, hey, do this, hey, do that, or little things ring in your ear, and it's like, I should probably go do that. And then that little nudge gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and if you do it, then good things will happen. But if you don't do it, you're like, I should have, something told me. And I would hate to be one of those people that's always like, something told me, because there will be a lot of things that you just would not achieve. So yeah, if you need help learning how to get out of your head and notice the signs and all this and that, keep in mind I updated my 21-day total body reset with a little stress alchemy step-by-step guide, so you can break down the total body reset as if you were going through steps of my stress alchemy course. And if you don't know, my stress alchemy course is a 4-step process that will show you how to overcome trauma and limiting beliefs while getting in the best shape of your life, okay? So you can live your best life, all right, without limitations or restrictions. Sound fun? I think so. If you want more information about it, there are links in the description box. And yeah, I think that's it. Happy holidays, y'all. I don't know if you are interested, but moving forward in 2026, this channel will mainly be workouts. I will be doing mainly Pilates-based workouts, as well as just clips, motivational shorts of my personal strength workouts. And if you want, I don't know, I'm probably going to do like a monthly health coach PSA, maybe in the middle of the month, I don't know, just because I like to talk and ramble with y'all. But if you want motivational tips and stuff on a weekly basis from me, I have started a channel for tarot. So if you're interested, just check that out. It is Jenny Jaguar Tarot. And I am not always glitz and glamour, okay? And I feel like it would be best for me to do that so I won't have to use a teleprompter and I can be impromptu and funny and be my wonderful self without worrying about rambling or getting off topic all the time. So I hope this helps and I will talk to you later. Happy New Year's, y'all. See y'all in the new year.